Thank you. I'd like to start call this evening's meeting to order. We will begin with our invocation. Phil, if you'd like to come forward.
I have new glasses. Forgive me. Before I mention this prayer, I'd like to acknowledge that I borrowed a few phrases from a former president. You might remember him. Almighty Creator of heaven and earth, bend down this hour to hear our secret thoughts. Bend low to listen to our whispered prayers. Our nation is all grown up, Lord. We celebrate a homeland that many, 250 years ago, scoffed would never survive. Princes and kings, aristocrats and nobles, experts of that day mocked us for daring to dare to dream a land with a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. A land of sweet liberty where our founding fathers died, whose freedom has been purchased again and again with the blood and treasure of millions. Yet, dear God, our battles have never ended. For the true wars have not always been fought with bullets and bayonets. Our greatest battles have always been in the minds and hearts of this people to see if we love the next generation as much as previous ones loved us. So, Lord, come down and sit with us. Give this body your counsel for the betterment of our little corner of Missouri in this 1/50th of the nation. Fill not only these commissioners' minds with wisdom, but fire up the imagination of our country, our fellow citizens, that we may again dedicate ourselves that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom. And in so doing, dear Savior, give us yet another long season of peace and unity, that this nation shall not perish from the earth. This we pray in the name that is above all names. Amen.
Thank you. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Nolte.
Here.
Commissioner Withington.
Here.
Commissioner Lawson.
Here.
Commissioner Wagner.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Thompson.
Here.
Commissioner Carpenter.
Here.
Next is approval of this evening's agenda. Commissioner Johnson.
Move to approve tonight's agenda.
Motion's been made for the approval of this evening's agenda. Discussion. Seeing none, you are recognized to close.
I close.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Did you have anything, Commissioner? Okay. Please proceed.
I close.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson.
Yes.
Commissioner Carpenter.
Yes.
Commissioner Withington.
Yes.
Commissioner Lawson.
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. Next on our agenda are comments from the public. Are there any members of the public wishing to address the commission on any item? If so, please come forward. Make sure the green light is on. State your name and then address your comments to the commission. Please proceed.
Good evening, Commissioners. Tracy Baldwin, Clay County Assessor. I just wanted to give a brief overview of the gentleman that was here last week about his tax bill, Mr. Dunn. I did send an email to each one of you kind of explaining it, and I don't want to go into too much depth with it because he's not here. But after doing some research, his taxes did go down since he originally purchased that property through the years. So a couple things I wanted to clarify. Large increases was talked about. Large increases is one of the most biggest problems that I've tried to correct since I was elected in 2020. There's not that many. This year, just this year alone, there's about 2,500 that's going up over 15%. We try to eliminate large increases, which if we dissect the large increases and look at each one of them, most of the large increases are from new construction or an addition or something like that. Very few of them are because we missed them. But there are unfortunately that case that we miss and they're too low for a cycle and then we catch up and we have to increase those because that's what the state law is. So I wanted to clarify that. Also, there was also a mention of chasing sales or chasing values to catch up. In a way, that statement is correct. I mean, every assessor in the state of Missouri has played catch up because we've never seen values in the state of Missouri increase at the rate they have over the past 5 or 6, 7 assessment cycles. When I originally started in Clay County in 2009, the market was actually going down at the time. So if you look at our records at that time, values considerably dropped through that period when we had lots of foreclosures. The market was really terrible. And then it bounced back, and it bounced back the way that nobody's ever seen. So we're fortunate in Clay County to have the previous assessor be pretty good at what she was doing. And then when I took over, to take right off where I was, Clay County has never been out of compliance with the compliance issues from the state of Missouri. In 2019 is when the previous assessor started increasing some of our commercial properties because our commercial sales ratios were falling behind. So there's never been a catch-up of a stagnant market where Clay County wasn't following the market. We've always followed the market, but every assessor in the state, once the market took off, again, we have never seen this kind of growth in the state of Missouri, and every assessor has had to fight that and try to keep up with those values. That's why we've heard so much in the news all over the state from property taxes of being increased the way they have, because we've never seen it happen this way. There's been years, we do 2-year cycles, so when you talk about a 1-year 15% increase in sales and you have to add those two together, you really have a 30% increase in a 2-year cycle. So that's unheard of for sale prices. So it was a catch-up and a chase where we had large increases, and it's created a large problem in the state of Missouri with property taxes. So I just wanted to give that clarification and an update. I did reach out to Mr. Dunn, and I have yet to hear back from him. I do know that he did file for the Board of Equalization. And a real quick synopsis of Mr. Dunn is when he purchased it, there were some condition issues. He did file an appeal when he purchased it the first year. We did lower it to his sell price. With the understanding that there were condition issues. And so when there's a condition issue placed on a property, it doesn't stay there forever because we lower it down knowing that there's a condition that can be remedied. We typically will remove those adjustments, let it go back up to where the value should be, and that's in this case of what happened. Since he's filed with the board, we will take a look at it, and if he does still have those same type of issues or problems, the value would go down if the market shows it that way. So I just wanted to give an update and clarify a few of the statements that were made. So
Thank you very much for your comments and for your quick response. We certainly appreciate that.
thank you.
Are there any other citizens wishing to come forward and make comment to the commission? Seeing none, we will now move to our consent agenda. Acting Administrator, could you go ahead and go forward with that?
Yes, there are 2 items on tonight's consent agenda. The first item is Resolution 2026-193, approving invoice payments for Clay County for the period of July 3rd, 2026 to July 10th, 2026. There are 187 invoices totaling $805,129.82. The second item is Resolution 2026-195, approving 2026 cost share agreement and payment for the Regional Aerial Imagery Program through Mid-America Regional Council.
Thank you. Commissioner Johnson.
Move to approve tonight's consent agenda.
Motion has been made for the approval of this evening's consent agenda. Discussion. Seeing none, you are recognized to close.
I close.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Thompson?
Yes.
Commissioner Carpenter?
Yes.
Commissioner Withington?
Yes.
Commissioner Lawson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you. That brings us to there are no regular agenda items this evening. That brings us to discussion items. There is one, which is Clay County Senior Services Annual Presentation. Please proceed.
Yes. Clay County Senior Services is here to give their annual presentation. And with that, I'll turn it over to Tina Urich.
Bob Steinkamp.
Oh, go ahead and, okay, there you are, you're on.
Is it turned on? Yeah. And Bob Steinkamp is here as well, and he has been nominated to give this presentation with my help.
Would you be so kind as, because I understand there are a number of board members present, could you, because I think they deserve a good deal of credit.
Yes, Bob was going to do that. But Bob
Very good.
Steinkamp is our board chairman, and we have Marie Steiner from Kearney, we have Sue Bacon from Gladstone, and we have Charlie Stites, lives here in Liberty, right?
On the other side of I-35.
On the other side, so, yeah. And we're very excited to be here tonight and to give our annual presentation and to have some of our board members with us.
Thank you very much for that, and please proceed.
Come on up.
Yes. Tina is going to stay as my technician, and I will just be the mouthpiece for the organization. And Commissioner Nolte, thank you for taking away part of the initial portion of my speech, which was the introduction of the board, but that's all right. May it please this honorable commission. My name is Bob Steinkamp. As Tina said, I am the chairman of the Clay County Senior Services Board. The Clay County Senior Services Board is a creature of Missouri statute, created in 2003 as a result of a vote of the people of Clay County. Not only did they establish the board, but they also set a tax of 5 cents per hundred assessed valuation. And it is that tax which we have administered since basically 2003. I have been on the board since 2011, and so I have seen a lot of different things go forth. We are one of 57 different boards in the state of Missouri, and that's 57 out of 115 counties. 57 out of 115 counties and one city. The city of St. Louis also has a similar board. Go ahead. This map shows you those counties which have adopted a similar type of board. And the ones in orange are those that are served by a sales tax as opposed to an ad valorem property tax. And that, of course, is just simply a creature of legislation and their particular legislators. Go ahead. Clay County in 2024 had a population of about 260,000 people. It's projected to grow to a little bit over 275,000 people by 2030. People over the age of 60, who are the people we serve, amounted to about 21.5% of the 2024 population, and it's my understanding that that percentage will grow to somewhere in excess of 25% of our community by 2030. Of those people in 2024, almost 4,000 people suffered from some type of dementia or Alzheimer's and needed additional assistance. And there were approximately 3,000 senior adults who suffered some type of abuse. Go ahead. Our vision is to serve the senior citizens, the adult citizens of our county, and to deliver to them a broad range of services to provide wellness, physical, emotional, and intellectual health. That is our job. When you think about it, Clay County Senior Services Board stands as the bridge between somewhat you all, and saying that you all are a taxing authority, and the tax that we collect, and our senior citizens in our county. And we are proud to serve that service. Please, go ahead. What do we do? Well, our funding priorities are transportation for senior services, personal emergency response devices, in-home services, care coordinated management, minor home repair, and safety modification for senior homes, adult care, health, and Meals on Wheels, and nutrition programs. Go. To give you an example, in 2025, There were almost 600 riders booking almost 7,200 trips through the services that we provide. That does not include those services that are provided by the City of Liberty in its transportation facility. Go ahead.
Okay.
And that bus, I think you saw on the slide, provided even more trips to the citizens of Liberty. Now, we include those because the citizens of Liberty have a bus because Senior Services bought that bus for the City of Liberty. Personal emergency devices. About 750 personal emergency devices spread over the county. Go again. Helping about 158 people who are homebound and who need light housekeeping tasks, who need personal care and assistance, who may have dementia, who may have some other type of illness or some other type of injury. We're able to provide them with respite care and other, primary care and a primary caregiver for them. Can we do it all for these people? No. Do we do it for those that are served by Medicaid? No, we don't need to provide funds for them. And do we need to provide funds for those who are wealthy enough to take care of themselves? No, we don't. But as you know, there is a class of Clay Countyans that are in the middle. Let's say those who are earning $55,000 a year. Too much to qualify for Medicare and too little to be able to take care of themselves. And hopefully, we're able to provide them some minimal services through what we can do as Clay County Senior Services. Go ahead. We do home repairs, or when I say we do, we sponsor vendors who do home repairs. Rebuilding Together Kansas City, Northland Neighborhood Services, Northland Shepherd Center, Thrive Homes. We just yesterday, Tina sent to all of us on the board an incident which just occurred where Northland Neighborhood Centers was able to help a woman, in effect, fix her water heater that had been broken for 3 months, didn't have the money to fix it, and any hot water that she had during that 3-month period, she boiled on her stove. So we were able to provide the funds to Northland Neighborhood. As you see, there's almost 360 home modifications or repairs. Those might be ramps, those might be grab bars, or anything else that might be needed to 106 homeowners. We also do health and wellness program, caregiver training, exercise program, senior centers, senior centers in Liberty, in Smithville,
Excelsior Springs.
in Excelsior Springs and in Kearney. And we have visited all of those. The board had made it an effort and made it a priority that we would visit and sit with those seniors. Those people have a wonderful time. Those people enjoy those senior centers. The table that I sat at with Liberty said to me, well, why are you coming at noon? You should have been here at 10 o'clock. You could have participated in this program or that program, or in dancing, or in bridge, which in bridge is a big thing at Senior Center, I tell you. In any event, they are a life send for those people who participate in those programs. And more are participating.
We have some of the best senior centers in Clay County because they're staffed with such skilled personnel and plenty of program support. A lot of other areas of Kansas City just do not have that kind of funding support to really make them vibrant centers.
And I hope you understand, our job is to support, to encourage, and to fund. Our job is not to run or interfere with the operation of those senior facilities. Go ahead.
Okay.
Access to good health. There were almost a little bit over 2,500 people who participated in health programs in all of those various community centers and places that you see listed. Go ahead. We have and have sponsored and have actually done programs with respect to Matter of Balance, with walking, with Tai Chi for arthritis, with chronic disease self-management programs. I can tell you, as an 80-year-old, I probably should be going to the Matter of Balance program, because you get here, you know, and it isn't what it used to be. But in any event, those kind of programs are provided through our auspices or through our funding. Go ahead. Life enrichment programs that we participate in and partner with. 256 participants in them. And what are they? They're programs that were done at the Excelsior Springs Senior Center, Career Center, the Northland Career Center, Park Hill Community Education. The City of Gladstone has such a program. North Kansas City Parks and Recreation. And also University of Kansas, sorry to say that, their OSHA program. But their OSHA program, because we support and because it's such a good program, they will have at least one of their programs take place in Clay County. And it's because of, and anybody can attend, people from Kansas City, Jackson County, Platte County, whoever. People from Lawrence could actually come over to Missouri and participate if they want. And of course, we can go to Lawrence or Johnson County Community College, et cetera, for those programs. And if you've never seen the list of programs, you need to look at them. They are fantastic. They deal with things from Ulysses S. Grant to Michelangelo. They deal with things from Bach to West Montgomery. They deal with issues all across the board, and it is a wonderful education experience for anyone, particularly seniors who want to continue to expand their mind and you know, be productive. Go ahead. In the office, we've had almost 5,000 or 4,500 referrals in 2025. And those referrals are to such things as Medicare, Medicaid, elder law services, advocacy services, grief support, tax help, veteran benefits, and the other items that are listed. Sure. And then, of course, we have this life file tag that you can both tag and card that you can carry along with you that gives that information in the event that you're away from home and a senior is away from home and has some type of medical issue. And also, Commissioner, you talked about the same thing that you helped about the packet that was put in the refrigerators at people's homes so that if there was an emergency, there was one place where the EMT could look for that type of information. Go ahead. I am also proud to say that Clay County Senior Services serves as a leader in the senior service community. We're a leader in senior falls prevention of Clay and Platte County, and we mark Community for All Ages, which is designed to help cities design parks, to design open spaces, to design homes so that they are available and useful for people of all ages, the 5-year-old and the 85-year-old. Mark's Age Positive Conference, the Missouri Senior Services Levy Fund Boards, where we all get together, the 57 of us or those who can attend, and we share ideas, we share stories, we share what it is that we can do to help and assist our seniors. The Missouri Council on Aging, the Northland Community Services Coalition, Northland Professionals in Agencies, and the Northland Living Well Collaborative. All of these ages provide us the ability to take Clay County and Clay County Senior Services and provide this state with recognition of this community. And that we do. And Tina is the one who usually leads those charges and has done a very good job over the years. Well, I thank you for giving us the opportunity to present this program. And you can see if you have any questions of me and you want to email me, my email is right there. And of course, if you need to call, they will make sure that I get the call. I am also still working half days here in Liberty, so, you know, and my wife and I have lived here in Liberty for many, many years with our children both being attendees of Liberty School Districts. So in any event, I thank you all for your patience and your understanding, and also your attentiveness.
And your support over the years
yes.
of what we do. Really
Yes.
appreciate it.
And
Clerk's
as
office,
Tina just said,
treasurers.
we truly do appreciate your support.
Yeah.
And we truly do appreciate you all. So thank you.
Well, thank you. That presentation was really great. You covered an awful lot of ground very quickly. My experience in Jefferson City, and I think Commissioner Carpenter will probably verify was his experience as well, and that is that whenever the subject of senior services came up in Jefferson City and Clay County came up, as it does if either one of us were down there and had anything to do with the conversation, it always reflected, very highly on the job that our Senior Services Board does and the amount of services that they provide. So don't think that your ability to show how much you care and how much you work is confined just to the area here in which we live, but it goes way beyond the area in which we are, and you are certainly admired and appreciated from many different quarters that you may not even be aware of.
Nice.
I just want to touch on a couple of things. One that impressed me was the partnerships, because that's something that we've tried to work on here at the commission, and I think you're doing a great job of doing. And that is, for instance, your partnership with Clay and Platte County in some arenas, and some of the other partnerships that you talked about. Those are the kind of things that really make an organization effective, is being able to work in concert, which is something that not all senior agencies across the state perhaps do, and certainly not exceed the job that you guys do.
And you'll see all our partners listed on the back of our annual report.
Yes.
There are over 50 partners on the back of our.
You had previously received our 2025 annual report, but we made sure that you have another copy of it there if you want to look for any more information about us. And also for a list of our current board members, including the three ladies who were here tonight.
But we find that partnering is an efficient and effective way to utilize our funding. We knew that we didn't want to be the doers or the direct service providers of these services when there were such good partners out in our community. And it really has strengthened some of our nonprofits and our senior centers, our community centers.
The thing is that the issues that you take up are very much of the moment and very important issues. The one that struck me when you brought up was the issue of balance and the ability of people to maintain their equilibrium. Unfortunately, as we get older, we certainly have acquaintances and friends and even family who, because of a loss of balance, have been either seriously injured or tragically passed away because of that. So the work that you're doing on that issue, and you've been doing it for quite a while because I've been watching, is something I think that really makes a huge difference. A lot of what you do makes a huge difference, but that's something that is certainly a life-saving kind of a thing, as the file of life. That was when I first got involved in public life. Tina, you and I had talked about that, and I think it's a great program. I have mine with my refrigerator. I just had a number of things crossed out and more things added than deleted, unfortunately, as I've gotten older. But it's important to have that kind of a resource and that kind of out-of-the-box thinking. I guess I would ask one question, and then I'll open it up for the other commissioners, and that is, do you have any initiatives particularly that you're wanting to pursue? Because you've done so much already. The list is long and distinguished. Where do you see us? Where do you see the care of seniors as we age going? Not tomorrow or the next day, but certainly in the future going forward.
Upcoming event.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, and I think, Jerry, you're coming to our meeting on Tuesday. Missouri has just worked on a master plan on aging, and I was on the advisory committee, and many people in our area have participated in that. That's been a lot of time and place to study 7 critical areas in the Missouri Master Plan on Aging. So we really want to bring that to the forefront in our community, because the way change happens is through our partners, through our communities, municipalities. And so we're excited about that meeting on Tuesday to educate and promote the Master Plan on Aging. And so I think that we'll start to see people study and look at what's missing in our community, and what can we do to put forth these recommendations to make our area more age-friendly.
And I think the other big issue that confronts us is funding. There are so many needs in our community and in every other community, particularly with respect to the aging population. And our population, like it or not, and hopefully you do like it, is aging, because you're part of that aging process. You're going to be 60 and older at some point in time. We need to make sure that we have sufficient funds available in order to support and to provide classes and opportunities and things available as we do now. So funding is always a need for us.
I'm going to go ahead and go to Commissioner Johnson. I want to say thank you again for what you and the board do, because we obviously are the body that puts the membership on that board. And I've got to say, to my knowledge, I think every member up there has probably been unanimously voted in. I didn't check the records, but I think each one of your members have been unanimously voted in by this body, and that shows the confidence that we have in the work that you do and the appreciation we have for what you have been doing.
We thank you, and we also appreciate those members who you guys have appointed. Guys, generic, by the way, ladies, who you all have appointed to our board, because we have a very good, strong working board.
Thank you. Commissioner Johnson, you were seeking recognition.
Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for your presentation. There's actually 2 things I really liked about the presentation. One, it gave a good overview of the kind of services that the tax dollars are going towards. But I also like that you put figures in there, the number of people that are being served in different ways. I think that's very important for the tax, for people to see how the tax dollars are being spent, and the number of seniors that are being served, whether it's through transportation or fixing up homes, whatever it is. So I like those numbers, and please continue with that. I do have a question on this page 9. It talks about your financials.
Yeah.
It says your revenue was roughly 2.8 million. I was under the impression that our senior services property taxes brought in closer to like 6 to 7 million.
I wish. Maybe down the road.
Where did that come from? Anybody else think that was the 6
Are
to 7
you
million?
thinking of maybe the children? I don't know what you're thinking.
The children's are more like 12 million, 12, 13. I
Yeah.
thought yours and the developmental disabilities and what's the other one? Mental health. I thought those
Yeah.
were all around the 6 to 8 million.
No, we've
between
always had a budget. It's 5 cents, and we don't get quite 5 cents because of Hancock per $100 of assessed valuation. So it's about every year we're working with around
Yeah.
2.8.
Okay,
And our funds come from not only our interest that we'll spend and include in our budget, along with that tax that we receive, tax from incremental financing projects that drift our direction. So it's a combination of all of those that gets us to around, 2.8, 2.85. In 2026, our budget is 3.1, but of that 3.1, there is only about 2.85, I would say, that comes from those sources. The other 200,000 about is coming out of our reserves.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
are we going to necessarily spend it? No. History has shown us that people over-ask, and we don't give any of our vendors 100% of their ask up front, and it's doled out over the year. And sometimes they don't reach their goal, so they don't get their money. And we don't spend out of those reserves. But we want to keep those reserves for, that day. 2009, you just heard what happened in 2009 and the valuations that went down. Those people that go to the senior centers are not going to want to hear that we don't have any money, so therefore you can't have lunch today. We need to be able to take care of those rainy days, and that's why we keep our reserves.
I appreciate that. And I was confused because I thought that you guys had a lot more revenue than that from our
No.
tax levies. So,
Really?
so you're doing a good job then with the money that you have.
Yes, we are.
I did have a question though. It says on that same page under administrative, it says $488,000. For people who might ask, what does administrative mean? You guys are not paid. Our board.
Staff, we have a staff of 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a staff of 4 and everyone on the board is a volunteer board.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that. I kind of wanted to have that said publicly that's
Yeah.
not going to you guys or anybody on the board. That is for staff. And you said there's 4 on staff?
That's right, 4 on staff, and,
Okay.
that would be our overhead rent and
Yeah.
professional services.
Okay.
IT and.
Yeah, makes
All
sense.
that
Okay,
stuff.
perfect. Thank you very much. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
By the way, Commissioner, thank you very much for
Thank
giving
you.
us a page reference when you were talking about your figures. It allows us to follow along more carefully, and that's appreciated. Did you have something you wanted to add before I move to the next commissioner?
Whoops, say that again.
Okay, I thought I
No, I
heard,
don't think
I
so.
thought I might have heard you
No.
start to
Yeah.
say something. Commissioner
fine.
Carpenter, if you would like to proceed.
Thanks. Yeah, I just want to say thanks. Good to see you again, Tina and Bob and everybody, and Marie and Sue and Charlie. It's wonderful to see you. I've known Charlie for a long time. So I just want to thank you guys for what you're doing. Agree with Commissioner Johnson. It's really nice to hear the list of services. I could just say from my personal life over the last 5, 6, 7 years, lots of parents and grandparents and lots of health stuff, hip surgeries, the medical transportation assistance really spoke to me, and the medication tracking. It's just a lot. And obviously, when folks have a lot of family support or the financial wherewithal to support themselves, that's one thing. But to y'all's observation, there is a gap, obviously, between people who qualify for Medicaid and who might not have that level of family support. And, having done a lot of it in recent years, including my father-in-law just had a hip surgery last month. I honestly don't know what folks would do if it wasn't for your organization.
Clay County is a great place to age in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and thank goodness for that, because everybody, Commissioner Nolte mentions it sometimes, everybody ages if we're lucky enough.
Yeah.
Gosh, we really got to be doing the work that you guys are doing. So to all of you, to the board members, my sincere thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
By the way, one thing that I neglected to mention, and I'll give that as I talk here for a moment, any other commissioners wishing to comment, please seek recognition with your buttons. And that is, you had mentioned respite care. I think what that tells us is that your focus is obviously on the senior who is requiring whatever services there are to be administered to them, but that you are looking beyond that immediate problem and realize that there's a support system. And it kind of puts me in mind when you're going to fly somewhere, you're on an airplane, and the flight attendants always say, put your own mask on before you put it on your child, because you've got to be able to be functional. And it's the same thing in this case, is those who are caregivers, and my wife does a fair amount of work with her mother, who is 93. I probably shouldn't have said that, I'm in trouble now. But the point is, she's an only child, and her health is important to maintain the health and well-being of her mother. So the fact that you look beyond just the narrow slice, but put it in the context of the larger society, I think is something that is admirable and very forward-thinking.
Yeah, and then also, I think about our preventative services, the exercise and life enrichment. Those are all, designed to keep people healthy and active. So hopefully, a lot of those things are delayed, keeping them safe from falls and, that sort of thing.
And I will tell you, one of the programs that we again, partially fund, we don't fund any program 100%. Those people have to also go out and get some of their own money as well. But one of the programs that we fund is like an Alzheimer or dementia coffee shop, where a caregiver who has spent 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, taking care of their loved one who is suffering from this debilitating disease, and they can take them to a facility where there are 30 other people having the same disability, and Glenn Miller, to them, is the music. You couldn't tell them any name from today, and they either wouldn't know it or wouldn't remember it after you told them to them. But that is important to them. Bob Gibson pitched in a World Series. They would remember that, okay? And that would have been current for them. Now, they stay there, say, a couple of hours, but that not only takes care of them and gives them the opportunity to interact, but it also gives the caregiver the time to relax, to shop, to go, if it's a she, to go get her nails done, to go do something nice for herself, or if it's a man, himself. So it serves both purposes. And I'm proud to say that we have that facility working in Clay County and that we are part of the funding.
Before we close this discussion out, would you please, for those who are perhaps listening or will listen later on to this, could you give information on how to contact and reach out to Explore Services, websites, whatever communication avenue you would encourage people?
We are always available by phone, 455-4800, and then our website is claycoastseniors.org. We put out a very robust newsletter every other month that people can sign up to get, and they can follow us along on primarily Facebook.
Well, thank you again. It's a great pleasure to have you here and to hear the good work that is done both by the staff and by the board. We appreciate all that you do. And as someone who, I'm not approaching 60, I'm doing well some days to remember 60. So I do appreciate the services that you provide and the work that you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thanks so much.
If there are no other comments, we'll go ahead and close out the discussion. That brings us to County Administrator comments.
The only thing I have is our next commission business session will be next Thursday, July 23rd, 6 p.m. In this room. That's
Very
it.
good. That brings us to Commissioner comments. Commissioner Withington, would you like to have anything to say? Do we have anything to say? Very well. Commissioner Lawson, Commissioner Johnson, okay. Thank you for helping me. I can't tap dance all day long. I need somebody to help.
Not really business related, but I'd like to give a big shout out to my firstborn child, Shelby Nicole, turned 24 years old today. What I wouldn't give to be 24 again and know what I know today. But they say that the human brain isn't fully developed till you're like between 25 and 30. So I'm getting so much closer to having a child with a fully developed brain, and I just can't wait. But happy birthday, Shelby. I love you.
Very good. Commissioner Thompson. Commissioner Carpenter? No. Okay. I'm just going to say that I thought I was digging a hole by talking about my mother-in-law's age. You're right behind me there. I appreciate you having my back there a little. I think this has been a very nice meeting. It was a great pleasure to hear the senior services people. They certainly exemplify what public service is and how a board needs to function that is a creature of this commission. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Oh, my best.